Great to have you with us. We start, as always, with Cowboy head basketball coach Mike Boynton. Oklahoma State coming off an exciting 75-70 win over Kansas. Boy, what a last minute and a half. You know, they go on the big run to take the lead. You're down by 3, and then you score the last 8. Sort of flip the script on what happened, for example, against TCU earlier this season.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. We don't talk about youth as much anymore as we do experience, right? And experience matters. We'd been there before, and our guys responded much better this time. And we made the last stand, and we responded to their run with a run of our own. It started on the defensive end, ironically, because it's always been our strength. Even though we scoring much easier than we've ever had in my time here, our defense really saved our bacon there late. We had a huge block steal that led to a basket. But certainly Ice's three-point shot in the corner to tie it kind of settled us down so we could make that run and go away with a really, really good win over a great team.
I've had this question several times the last few days since you beat Kansas. You've beaten them 3 times now, and you've had probably about as much success against them as anyone, for the most part, in the Big 12 Conference in recent years. Everyone wants to know why. Any specific reason?
I don't know if there's any particular reason. Obviously, we do our best to put a great game plan together. We don't necessarily prepare any different for them than we do anybody else. But sometimes styles matter, right? Their style of play. And we talked about this leading into the game. Bill Self at his core wants to play through his bigs. As much as he's continuing to evolve and become more of a three-point shooting coach, he still wants to play inside out. And what we wanted to do was we wanted to try to see if they could beat us from there. We didn't want to give them a bunch of threes, kind of play into their hands, allow them to play through their bigs, not double team and leave those three-point shooters open. And over the long term of the game, it ended up being true. They couldn't necessarily beat us, although they gave us a really, really big scare there from 2 because we limited them to less than 6 threes, which is always our goal.
You scored 37 fast break points, and you were able to get countless baskets in the fast break, many of which were not contested. You have a young basketball team. Are you surprised, even though you've played 4 guards, 5 guards most of the year, are you surprised, given your youth, how well they've managed playing fast?
No, not really. Actually, it's really the way they want to play. And so it kind of feeds the ego a little bit that they can get out and have a lot more freedom in transition. It gives them the ability not to have to worry about being bogged down in the half court, playing against a set man-to-man defense, which Kansas went to a triangle too late. That really slowed us down. But us getting out in transition and using our athleticism, using our speed and quickness advantage against teams that are much bigger than us on most nights, especially inside, is certainly the way we have to play to have success. And we've talked about that a lot, and the guys have really bought into it.
Cade Cunningham, the play he made obviously at the end with the block and save, what he did in the first half. And we've seen Cade Cunningham play well, but was that a glimpse of what Cade Cunningham looks like at his very, very best?
I still don't know if we've seen his best yet, to be honest. He's really unique in that he understands timing of basketball. He knew coming off the 3-shot game at K-State that he needed to be much more aggressive coming into the game, and he played that way in the first half. He knew late in the game that he needed to be a big-time helper because he wasn't guarding one of their primary offensive creators in Garrett or Ochai. And so he was right there in position to help when Avery got driven, made a big-time block. And I'm pretty confident that had he not, because he made a pass. That wasn't just a flippant save. He made a pass to Bryce Williams on the save. And if he didn't see him open, he would have threw the ball all the way down to the other end of the court. That's how high his IQ is. And so that's really what gives him an advantage over most guys his age, is that he has an unbelievable understanding of what's necessary and when it's necessary.
Going into the game, it was somewhat quiet, I think, that Bryce Williams was one of the leaders in the Big 12 Conference in steals. I think people had certainly noticed his ability to get hot from three-point range and score a lot of points in a hurry, but it was something, if you didn't really pay close attention, you didn't know it. Well, they probably know now after the play he made at the end of the game. It almost looked like, and you made this comment in the post-game radio, played it like a safety and read the eyes of the passer, which was pretty amazing because it looked like Brown had popped open. At least it appeared that way.
Sure. His athleticism certainly gave him the ability to do it, but he saw the play coming. And I thought there was unbelievable communication on that last possession by the 5 guys on the court. But Bryce Williams may be quietly, amongst the league leaders in steals, but his steals are awfully loud.
That's true.
He had a loud
Texas
steal
Tech, yeah.
at Tech. I remember one against Marquette up there late in the game, and certainly the 2 he got the other day, the one that led to the windmill dunk and then the exclamation point to really seal the game. He's made humongous plays for us on both ends of the court. He's playing with a lot of confidence right now. We need him to continue to develop that confidence. So it gives us an added element offensively, but also a really, really competitive guy on the defensive end.
Rivalry week continues with Oklahoma. Oklahoma coming off a huge win, won big by nearly 40 points against TCU. They had a great chance to win at Kansas. So what do you see from OU?
Like many teams in this league, you can tell that they've had more time to practice since probably earlier in the year. The guys get more comfortable in their roles, and they have a tremendous coach. We've got a lot of respect for them. Doesn't mean we like them, don't want to beat them as bad as possibly can, but they've got a really good basketball team. They've got some guys who could score. They've got an inside rim protector in Quath, and they've got some guys who can really get going from 3, as you saw the kid Gibson get hot a couple games back and make 8 threes. So we got our hands full. It'll be a big task for us, but I'm more than comfortable saying that our guys will be prepared and ready to play.
Same concepts defensively, I assume. And one thing that jumps out, I think they are the team that fouls the least in the conference, and that's nothing new. That's the way they've been for several years.
It's interesting. They don't foul very much. They're I think, lowest in terms of other teams shooting against them, but I think they may lead the league in free throw attempts.
Oh, wow.
And they shoot an incredibly high percentage from the free throw line. I think they're second behind K-State in free throw percentage, but they got a bunch of guys who are in their 80s, and so we can't foul them. We got to do a good job of trying to attack them inside out, because outside of Quath, especially if we can get them a foul or 2 early, they don't really have a rim protector themselves. So we've got to continue to probe and transition, play inside out, and then we got to take our chances when guys are open to make threes.
Stay with us. Jim Littell and Casey Kendrick talk Cowgirl basketball, and we return after these messages.
Living with joint pain. Take the first step at mercy.net/cowboysortho.
This is not good.
I need you to pick me up at 5:30.
and then everybody runs.
What is he doing?
You missed the spot.
This college application, I gotta get all my references. It's just a lot.
I can get used to having my own chauffeur.
Oh, yeah?
No texting.
All right.
Watch out for dogs.
I got it, I know.
Don't let Trevor drive.
Thanks, Dave. And as you can see, I am in our Orange Power Studios. Coach Jim Littell is on the road, and so we're doing our interview just a little bit different this week. But, Coach, you guys are 5-1, and let's talk about the last week. It started with an outstanding effort against TCU. You had to play them back-to-back, very odd, and your kid showed a maturity, came back, got another great win in that second game. So the week started out really well.
It did start well, Casey, and I was a little bit worried when you have to play somebody back-to-back after a decisive win, but our kids did show some maturity on it. Our preparation was good, and I thought we played extremely well for 3 quarters. We got a little sloppy in the fourth, probably overplayed some kids some minutes since we were a little bit shorthanded, but it was good to get 2 wins in a row against the same opponent.
Well, and that was the other thing in that particular game, Coach, is that you didn't have 5 kids available when you were in Fort Worth, and those same 5 kids were unavailable the second time around. That was no secret to TCU. So despite their knowledge and trying to get you guys into foul trouble, do other things, in the second game, you didn't send them to the free throw line a single time. That's amazing defense.
No, it is, and we pride ourselves on that, and that's always important for an equation to win. Against Texas Tech, they shot 4 free throws. Against TCU, the first time they were limited to 10 free throws, and then they didn't shoot a free throw when we played them at home. So if we could keep people off the free throw line and make them beat us from the perimeter, you got a good chance to win.
Well, and Coach, that again got you to 5-0 at that point, and this program has only been 5-0 on 3 occasions. The best start was 6-0. That goes back to the 92-93 season. But twice now under your tutelage, this team has gone 5-0. So you have 2 of the 3 best starts in Cowgirl history. And you took that on the road to what I would think is probably the toughest place to play when it comes to a full atmosphere and rowdy Hilton Coliseum. And Iowa State, we knew that was going to be a challenge.
No, it was. And they're coming off of a game at Tech where they made 19 threes, and they're shooting the ball as well as anybody in the country right now. And it's a very difficult matchup for us, and the fact that they're basically playing 5 guards, a 1, a couple 2s, and a couple 3s. And they stretch the floor on you, and they make you guard in a way that you're not accustomed to guarding. And I thought we played pretty well here at Iowa State, but we just ran into a team that was shooting the ball really well.
Well, you scored 80 points on them, Coach, and you shot the exact same percentage at 45%. You guys shot north of 40% beyond the arc. They just shot 48% beyond the arc, and they attempted 33 of those. So, offensively, a lot of good numbers, second chance points. You guys only turned it over 5 times. You had some really good numbers. The difference in this one truly was just simply their ability to hit threes.
We answered almost every time that they came down and made a bucket, but we were answering 2 against their 3. So not a real math wizard, but I think after a while that adds up a little bit. But they shot 16 for 33. Some of those shots were really challenged. Some we missed some assignments on, but I look back and reflect on the game. For the most part, we played pretty well. We probably took 5 or 6 ill-advised shots, and they came down and scored after that. So we needed to play almost perfect. We played okay, and Mac had a big night, and thought Lexi Keys with 14 and 8 played well. But we got to guard better than that, Casey. You can't go on the road and give up 90 and expect to win.
Well, and the schedule gets brutal, Coach. Now you get ready for West Virginia, which is an extra game that the Big 12 put in. It was supposed to be Kansas State, and then there was the thought that could have been OU, could have been Kansas. But you're going on the road to Morgantown, so you will have faced West Virginia twice. And Baylor and Texas are looming as well. So a really tough stretch, but it starts this weekend for you guys in Morgantown.
It does, and we'll head up there Friday for preparation, and West Virginia's playing very well. We beat them early in the year, the portion of the season that came before Christmas, and played really well at home, and we'll have to do that again. They're coming off of a win at Tech and a very big win where they dominated Texas. So it's a tough place to play. We've won in there before. We won in there last year, but we'll need to go in and play smart and play well.
Hey, Coach, we appreciate the time. As always, best of luck against West Virginia. You guys continue to travel safe, and we'll see you back in studio next weekend. Hey, coming up, we need to take a break, but when we come back, Jessica will sit down with one of the Cowboys. She'll talk to Matthew Alexander-Moncrieffe. That's coming up right after the break.
Decorative towel. There was a mess. I wiped up the mess. Yeah, you did.
When game day is a go, there's a Bud Light there.
ADM milling is really a part of the fabric of the Enid community. So if we were to have lost them, it would have been more than the 70 jobs that they employ.
OG&E, the City of Enid, and the Enid Regional Development Alliance were all great to work with. Not only does it allow for the growth of the new mill, but also the power is there to make that happen for the future.
Welcome in. I am Jessica Morrey, joined by freshman Matthew Alexander-Moncrieffe. Thank you for joining me today,
Pleasure.
MA.
Pleasure.
Let's get to know you a little bit. So you came here from Canada. What's it been like adjusting to Stillwater, Oklahoma?
It's been pretty easy, actually. I've been in Texas a little bit before I was down here, and I've been with Cade a little bit, and it's been easy adjusting. Everyone's really easy. They made the transition pretty seamless, so it's been easy fitting in with everybody, and I love it here. So.
It's been kind of cold here lately. Is this
Definitely.
not cold to you at all?
Definitely. I ain't gonna lie, this is pretty cold. This is pretty much the same weather as Toronto around this time, so it's colder than I expected, but now I'm used to all that. So.
And coming here from Canada, Oklahoma State obviously has Canadian Cowboy Chuba Hubbard, Cowboy football's running back, and then Micah Dennis, who plays for the women's basketball team here at Oklahoma State. What's it like having multiple Canadians here who play sports, who can kind of help you adjust?
For sure, no, it's cool. It's cool. We're all busy people. You know, we don't spend a lot of time together off the court. We're all busy, but you know, when I was getting recruited and stuff, I spoke to them a little bit. They just told me what it was like down here. So it's cool just knowing you got people where you came from and stuff like that can help you out and stuff. So it's been pretty cool.
That's awesome. And what's it like for you? You said you played a little bit with Cade in Texas, but what's it like now getting to play with Cade Cunningham here at OSU?
It's been great. It's been easy. He makes the whole team better. He makes everyone around him better. He's a great teammate. Love playing with him. Love being off the court with him. So it's just made my transition easier, and it's been a lot of fun. It's made the team a lot more fun to play with. So.
And I know we're a little early into the season here, but coming in as a freshman, how do you feel like maybe your game has improved or changed a little bit as you've continued to adjust to the college game?
For sure. I've definitely gotten stronger, just more mature. I know the game a lot better. I've been making strides in my shooting. Really every aspect of my game, I feel like I've gotten better. But overall, I'm just a lot smarter as a player, and I'm a better teammate. So I feel like I've grown in every aspect.
And what's it like getting to play for Coach Mike?
Oh, it's great. He's the best coach in the world. You know, he knows all the ins and outs in the games. He's hard on you at times. He's gonna challenge you for sure. You might hate him some days, but he's always trying to get the best out of you. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us,
For
MA.
sure. Appreciate you.